Hi Virgo, this is going to be a general reading for your sign between the week of the 5th to the 11th of January. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. My readings are also timeless, so if you stumble across one of my readings and it's not in the time frame stated, it means it's for your next 7 days starting from tomorrow. So let's begin. This is a fresh new beginning in love. Your love. How you understand your love. Like um, like you're recognizing from what standpoint you stand in terms of love and how you come across to the people that you're showing love to. And I'm hearing recalibrating your love here, because your general experiences through life, your life in itself is improving, is what I'm seeing, in many ways. And so because you're not in this energy of feeling doom and gloom anymore, you've come out onto the other side, out on the other side of the portal, and you're quite free. So when you go through a situation where you feel very restricted, where you feel trapped in a situation, and you go from a situation like that to a situation where you feel very free, um, it's sometimes your mind can play a trick on you. Maybe this song by Scarface is significant for you. It's a song called "Mind Playing Tricks on Me." You should listen to it. It's a song by Scarface, and sometimes, so when you become free, you trick your mind. Your mind tricks you, and you think that you might be perhaps still stuck because you haven't had the physical validation yet that you're unstuck. But you've been not allowing yourself to fall into old patterns and old belief systems in this new beginning that you've had. I'm seeing 2.5 months ago, that you've been embarking. Like, I'm seeing you, I think it was you, where I was seeing you like crawling through the not crawling but like I saw you going in like a tunnel, like crawling through a tunnel. Yes, crawling through a tunnel, that was not a normal tunnel. It was a tunnel of dirt, that, and you were climbing upwards. It was upwards, yeah. And so you climbed out on the other side of this portal, and so your life has been improving. Opportunities have come in for you, and that you've been taking, and you've been deciding to keep an open mind in regards to how things are moving in your life. You're not chasing, you're letting things unfold. You're receiving from the universe like what you need to get started being on the other side of this portal that you find yourself. So it's kind of like a synopsis, I guess, or like a previously in Virgo story. um, but as you're coming out this week, your love is changing, quite literally, like how you feel about love and how you feel your loving heart should be, and why that is important for you moving forward. You might be like, why is that important in my journey? I'm seeing some of you like, oh no, I love, or something like this. Um, and the reason why it's so important for you moving forward is because how you manifest, and you manifest from a space, that's from your heart. And if you are manifesting from love, like out of love, the universe gives you more loving situations. But you're recognizing the way you've been viewing love has been sort of a disservice to you, in a way where you've had conditions on your love, or your love's been very strict, or it's been very like, I'm seeing your love like boxed up. I'm seeing like pink energy, quite literally pink energy that's been boxed up, and it's in the shape of a heart. But as it's in this box, it takes the shape of a box. It's like a gas almost. A lot of people don't realize the heart chakra is actually governed by fire and air, not water. So it's quite interesting. I'm seeing it as like this eerie pink mist that is like it's like shiny pink, and the best way I can describe it is like when you have one of those bath bombs or something like that, or and you know it's pinkish and it's like got that glimmer, that kind of glimmer, that if you know what I mean, that shiny glimmer, and so you've had it kind of boxed up here, and that because you've put a limitation on your own love, it's put a limitation on your manifestations. What you've been manifesting, you haven't realized, have been inside of a box. Not to say your manifestations haven't been true, but they've not come as quickly as you want because they're coming in with this barrier, this boundary. So you can only travel a certain, you may have noticed for a long time within your life, I'm saying up until maybe 15, 16 years ago, even longer for some of you, 18, 19, where you've noticed that things within your life have not changed. Like you've gone through a lot of changes internally, like you've learned a lot of skills, like you've gone through a lot of things, a lot of pain, a lot of heartache, a lot of drama, conflict, a lot of ups and downs. Good times as well has been in there, with you know, full of laughter, full of joy, full of silliness, enjoying yourself. I guess silliness is, to me, is enjoying yourself. I love being silly. When I'm silly, I get to have fun. But at the same time, you feel like you haven't traveled very far within your own life. You haven't traveled outside of certain boundaries that you feel like. So this could be financially, for example, like you've never earned more than this type of money, like you've never earned like, you know, like a lot of, okay, it's particularly in finances and your living situation. However, I'm reading for you, like you've been trying to change your living situation for a long time. I'm hearing you've been trying to get on, like on a property ladder, like you've been trying to climb up the corporate ladder. You've been not even trying to climb up the corporate ladder, you've been trying to get skills to, you know, to find out how you can advance in life. So it's like I'm seeing you like being like a jack of all trades, just trying to learn different things and be like, is this one for me, is this one for me? You've trying to make plans when you have these jobs, like, okay, I've got this job now and I'm going to save up this money and I'm going to do this once I saved up this money, and do this and do that, and it's going to lead me to this position and this position where I'll be a lot higher than I currently am. But somehow or another, things never worked out, and things were turning out in ways where you couldn't escape from that box, you couldn't escape from that square box that was around, because you were manifesting with limitations, and so limitations had been placed on you by your own self. I know you don't want to hear it, but limitations were placed on you by your own self. I just see what I just say what I see, and so you're changing how you love yourself. You're allowing your love to be unlimited, like unconditional. I'm hearing that song now by Tupac, Unconditional Song. You should listen to this song, Unconditional Love by Tupac. It's a really good song actually. But it's a song that's very relevant to you during this week, because your love is gonna, moving forward, be very unconditional in all senses. You're no longer putting limitations on your heart, on your love particularly, and this is connects to your heart. So you know that the heart feels, and so when you feel compassion for someone or yourself, that's love, right? I think, anyway. Who am I to know? Anyway, but you know, when you feel compassion for someone, you know, whether that's yourself or somebody else, you know, that is love, in whatever way that is. So you feel compassionate, so you take sympathy, you take empathy on somebody, you know, you help them out in some kind of a way, right? And that's love. But you seeing someone and saying, I've given a lot, I've helped someone already today, I'm not gonna help this person, or you know, that's you putting a limitation on yourself. It doesn't seem like it. You might feel like you're putting boundaries up, but it's not. That person could be a very, very loving person themselves. They could probably replicate your energy or give you more energy back, but you've put a limitation there. A boundary would be with someone where you're being compassionate to them, and then they you know, are nasty to you, for example. That's where you place a boundary. But it's just someone that's just random, and you know, they're just coming across your path, and you know, you see maybe they need help in some kind of way, whichever way it is, and you know, you show them compassion. That's love. So And this is not just in terms of like me, coming across people. This is in regards to friendships, how you open you are being with people, and how much you let people into your life. um, and noticing where you need to place boundaries with people if they show you red flags. Like you've learned quite a lot about this. I'm seeing in the last 2-3 years about people in general and friendships, and how people behave in friendships and dynamics, and how narcissists. So people know that there's a thing called dark empaths, but what people don't realize is there's also a thing called a light narcissist. A light narcissist is quite frankly, like, similar to a dark empath. So a light narcissist will pretend to be good, but they're obviously a narcissist. So it's literally sheep in wolf clothing, sheep in wolf clothing, a wolf in sheep's clothing. In a way, it is a bit of sheepish behavior. Wolf in sheep's clothing. No, a sheep in wolf's clothing. It is kind of sheepish to be a narcissist these days, because to be a narcissist, you don't need any integrity. You just need a lot of anger and hate, and that's what leads to narcissism, I guess. Again, what do I know? I'm just a normal person. Anyway, I'm in a funny mood. Leave me alone. You're changing a lot of stuff because of this. You're going to not just do this in friendships, but in relationships as well. Really changing and not putting limitations on your love moving forwards. Because you're noticing here that things are in a box. You might have a dream or something that you recognize that you've been moving inside of a box this whole time. And where has this box even come from? This square, that's a boundary within your manifestations, and this turned out to be something that you've manifested within your life that you can't be that you can't get out of this box. Basically, this box does serve as a sort of barrier, but it's also a barrier to good things. It's a barrier for everything. So it's kind of made you bored, and this is why you have come to feel very bored in life, whoever you are. Because you're like, things just seem to be going the same, like things just seem to go in the same ways, like because you've been in this box, you've been in this box of experience. You can't have experiences outside of this box, and you've manifested this. And where has this come from? It's come from your past. It's come from when you were very young. I'm seeing when you were a child, you were conditioned to be a certain way. Certain limitations were placed on you from your family, by adults around you, whether this was in school or just your area or your neighborhood or wherever you grew up. Limitations were placed on you that put you inside of this box. They put you in this box basically to control you, because they felt like your energy was out of control. You were out of control. It's because you were very honest and truthful about what you were experiencing, and they just couldn't handle the truth basically. So they saw you as a threat to them because you're a child. How can you speak these kind of things? And so, as hurt people do, they hurt people. Hurt people, and so they hurt you by putting you in this box, and you didn't realize you've been living in this box, manifesting from within this box. At first, you weren't comfortable with the box, but because this was your physical reality, that's what made it a reality within your energy, and your energy then manifested it within your physical, as something that was yours. And this is something that gives you comfortability as well. You feeling comfortable, like you're somebody that you feel comfortable in tight spaces. Like if you go into a tight space, you feel very comfortable, and this is why this is your confirmation again, that this is you. That when you go into tight spaces, you feel comfortable, is because you've been told that by you being in this box, by adults around you, parents, family, school, by you being in this box, you will be accepted, you will be acknowledged, you will be cared for. And so you've been unintentionally, subconsciously living in here. Not to say that you've been manifesting bad things or good things, but your manifestations haven't been able to come in for you properly. Like, not at all. Like, as a matter of fact, like, you're a very powerful manifester, whoever you are. I'm seeing the energy. You've learned how to make the energy seep through the sides of the barrier, through the sides of the barrier. But I'm seeing it in, like, as in a 2D. I'm seeing it as a 2D, and you're able to manifest energy around into the and into the around the sides into the box. And so this pink energy is actually you. You have a very pink energy. Your aura is naturally very pink. You're naturally very loving. If people radiate towards you, animals radiate towards you, babies radiate towards you. You just have this aura about you, and people love you. But you've been put in this cage because, again, jealousy, and you were a threat. People were jealous that people just loved the shit out of you. Like, people just loved you so much as a child. You were very cute. You have pictures of, like, you, and people just wanted to always take pictures with you because you were so cute, or be around you. And so, again, the adults really wanted to put you under control because they were very threatened by what you might grow up to become. So that's what happened to you. So you've been in this box, you're removing this box here this week, and it's a very important box that you remove. It doesn't bring you harm, nor does it bring you good. It just keeps you trapped, basically. And in a way, it's been good that you stayed in this place, because you have been clearing out a lot of trauma, baggage, and heartbreak, and a lot of pain that you have been clearing out, false identities, false ideas within your shadow self, within your subconscious. You've been doing a deep, deep, deep purge while you've been in this box. It's like, by you being in this box, it's like whatever was inside of you, karmic, or from previous lifetimes that you've had an incarnation in, you basically were purging those things by being in this box. So it's quite interesting in a way, that you this is the life that you chose before you incarnated, is what I'm seeing, before you incarnated at this lifetime. So I'm an avid believer in incarnation, simply because, well, I'm not going to go too into it, but I'll just make it very brief. I've met young people, kids, children, little children, 6, 7 years old. They know more about the world than I've met some 70, 80, 90-year-olds that don't know a thing about the world. No, even younger, 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds that don't know a damn thing about the world. They don't have a damn bit of wisdom. They don't have anything. They're just stupid and old. They haven't gained. When they say you could grow older, you become wise. A lot of these people, they're not wise. And I've met kids literally 5, 6, 7 years old. They know so much, and so, I really strongly believe in reincarnation. And so by you being in this energetic box where your manifestations haven't been able to come, you've been forced to go inwards, and by going inwards, you've been doing a clear up of your own soul, of your own being, which is very rare, to be honest with you, because you've been going through it for a while. I'm seeing a number of years that you've been going through it and wondering why the hell your life hasn't taken off. Like, you feel like you're like you're someone very talented, like you're capable of doing a lot of things, and you're like, why hasn't my life taken off? Again, this is a confirmation you're not on the wrong path. This is the path your soul chose, actually. This is the path your soul chose before this incarnation. You are meant to come out of this box at this time. Is part of your life path. You've been taking all the right steps. Your life is going to transform, and it has been transforming. It just doesn't feel like it at this time because you're in this new vista. You're on the other side of the portal. Everything's very new. You're not sure if it's the old or if it's the new, but it is definitely the new. And you're continuing to stay true to yourself. And by you changing your love here this week, it's going to start to shift this week for you. I'm hearing the stars are like you're like it's like the stars are aligning for you this week because you're shifting, and this is like internally your internal stars are shifting so that they're aligned, and by them shifting and into alignment externally, the stars are aligning for you, which is very interesting. And I'm seeing you very worried at this time in general. Your living condition doesn't make sense. How you're living at this time, like day to day, is not making sense to you. It's not something that is you know, like, you don't know how long you can keep it up for, is what I'm seeing. Like, you're looking around and you're like, damn, I don't know how long I'm gonna be in this state for, how long like things are gonna continue being like this. Like, you're feel like you're in a pandemonium of sorts of like like what the hell is going on. um and so your spirit guides want me to tell you, the universe actually wants me to tell you as well, that you're being protected from harm, like you're being watched over. You don't have to worry about what you're going through. Just worry about, not even worry, but just go through what you're going through, let things unfold, and don't worry about the outcome of the situation. Just enjoy not enjoy, I guess, but like embrace the journey you're currently on, because a lot of good things are coming in for you here, once you come to into full alignment. Once you remove this box, it's like there's a, like when you have a sink and you block the sink, like accidentally or whatever, and the water all builds up, and it's like this here, all this energy, all this good karma has built up. It's like a sink is what I'm seeing. It's been blocked. It's kind of like the best analogy. And as you unblock the sink this week, like, what happens, the water just goes straight all down. It comes, it goes to where it needs to. So it's like all this energy is there, and the water is in the situation, the energy. And so there's all this energy, karma, that's for you, this manifestations that you've been manifesting, all this good energy. I'm seeing a lot of golden, pinkish, whitish, like very powerful energy. It's like got rainbow hints here and there. Like it's got a mix of things. It's like glimmering water is what I see. From far away, when I see it, it looks white water. It looks like white water, and as I get close, I get to see all the colors. But they're very, very. They're not like everywhere, but they're very iridescent is the word I'm hearing, within the water, which means that they're kind of like in the water, but like not obvious to the eye. Like they're not striking, like like vivid. I mean, they are quite. I guess they're not that vivid. Well, I mean, they are kind of vivid, but they're not like the water is the different color. Is what I mean. I mean, the water's still the same color, but it's like it's got the like it's got different colors on it. I don't know how to describe it. It's like when you have a crystal and you shine a light through it, it separates the light into 7 colors. And when you have a mirror and you have like water and you have it in the sunlight, it does something kind of similar, but you can see the water. It's kind of like that when you have that kind of situation. But anyway, so you have this all these blessings that want to come in for you, these divine blessings, that want to come in for you here. However, the box has been there, and it's been a barrier that stops good things and bad things. So it's like your experience within life has been within this box, but you've been doing a deep purge. I'm hearing you've been breaking ancestral karma, ancestral blockages. You've been the healer basically within your timeline of family, and so like you've done a lot of purging, within your own being, for your own soul, also your own soul. Like you've been taking on a lot of karma. You have taken on a lot of karma because you've been in this box. You've been trying to figure out how to get outside the box. You've been using your intelligence and be like, how the hell can I get out of here? And so you are getting out of here, and as you're removing this box, all of these blessings are gonna like come raining down on you, quite literally, blessings raining down on you, because of this. So let's jump into your reading and see what else is going on here for you. Quite an interesting channel. So again, this is something that hasn't brought you harm, nor has it brought you benefit. It's just kept you in a reality where you're like, what the hell is going on? You feel like you've been in Groundhog Day. That's it. You've been in Groundhog Day. If you ever watch that movie, it's like the character, he's stuck in a day. And every time he goes to sleep, he wakes up at the beginning of that day. And that's his reality. Like nothing really changes. Nothing actually changes. The only changes that happen is within him. and that's what's been going quite literally what's been going on with you. The changes have not occurred on the external, but you've gone through major changes. Like, you know how someone goes through changes in life, like they get a job, they become independent, they buy a house, they have a family, they have kids. Like, you've not had any of that. You've not, like, you've stayed the same since you were a teenager or even younger, 14, 15, like when you were 14, 15 years old, or even just when you were in your teenage years or younger than that. And it's just like things haven't really changed since then. The only thing that's changed is you. And so you're like, when is things ever going to change? And so you're noticing what is going on here in reality here this week. And this is something that is not a blockage. It's not something that you're doing self-harm. I feel very strongly that this is part of your soul contract. You signed up to be born into that family that you're born into, so you could go through this situation and get to the other side. So, your current situation is you are feeling like this wounded warrior within life at this time. Like I was saying in the channel, like you're not sure of like whether like your physical reality feels like, it feels a bit crazy. You're not sure like what the hell is going on within your life. You're not sure if you're gonna be able to continue going on. The Nine of Wands here, he is the good wand maker. He's the wand maker, and he uses his wands for healing, for uniting people, helping people, and he basically encounters an evil wizard who comes to him, and he's the most powerful evil wizard, and he basically challenges him to a duel because he mocks him. He thinks he's a joke. He's like, there's no such thing as a good wizard, wands are only meant to be used for evil. So he challenges him to a duel, and they have this grand battle where the whole city is destroyed because of the magic that's going back and forth. And the wand maker is victorious. He's actually a very powerful wizard, kind of like Dumbledore. I'm getting like you got this kind of Dumbledore vibe about you, from the Fantastic Beasts. Like how his vibe is, how he's like not always trying to be at the forefront of everything within their life or within your life, but you're still very, very adept. You're very knowledgeable. You're very resourceful. You're very good. And this is in terms of spirituality. You're very spiritual wherever you are. I feel like you do notice that you've tapped into a reservoir within yourself of deep magic, of like you have an ancestry, a deep ancestry of connection to the spiritual, connection to magic in general. And what I mean by ancestry is not your family bloodline, it's your own bloodline, your own soul bloodline. And what that means is your own reincarnations, like your own, like like the Avatar, where they have like the Avatar states. It's kind of like that in a way, but you don't actually realize that you're going into these states. It just happens automatically, like Aang. It's like you're going into these states without realizing it, but it's from your past lives. Like you've spent a lot of time in the past. You're not a young soul, you're an old soul, whoever you are. You spent a lot of time in past lifetimes delving into spirituality, understanding yourself, understanding your soul, trying to evolve, trying to elevate. You've picked up a lot of skills and a lot of timelines is what I'm seeing. You've learned how to be clairvoyant, clairaudience, like you've learned the 5 clears to a T, most of them. The only one you're missing is the taste. Like you're not able to taste spiritually taste at the moment, but you will be working on this in this lifetime. Your other four senses are incredibly strong. At the moment, whoever you are, you're working on trying to see the paranormal. You're trying to see the paranormal. You're trying to see spirits. And so this is again a confirmation for you. But again, anyway, back to the reading. You're feeling very like this wounded warrior, and the reason why I was saying he's victorious over the evil wizard is because you've been going in with it. You have been having this kind of battle. I feel like within yourself here, and again, this is in regards to this portal that you were climbing through, and what this is about is basically you conforming to what society is telling you, what your financial situation might be telling you, or just what your mind is telling you. The mind is very connected to the matrix or the five senses, and so you've had to come to a place within yourself where you not turn your brain off, but you stopped listening to your brain. You started listening to your heart, and you chose from your heart, and your heart in this sense is the good wizard, and your mind is the evil wizard. So it's like this kind of battle that you were having within yourself over the last few months of what you should do, whether it's sensible or whether it feels right, whether you think it's sensible or whether you feel it's right. And you said, you know what, I've been sensible for a long time, I haven't seen any change. I'm gonna do what feels right. And since you've been following what feels right, I'm seeing for most of last year, this is what your lesson has been. You've been having to confront this because you've been forced to live in a way that's sensible. Again, the box is representative of discipline, sensibility, responsibility, duty, burdens. It's responsible of physical ailments, physical connotations around you not doing something impulsive, you not doing something from your heart, you not being creative, you not being because it's dangerous, because you're gonna hurt yourself, and this is something that's been your subconscious that you've been programmed to be like without your consent as a child, and so you had no choice in this matter. So at this time, you're feeling like this wounded warrior. You're victorious over your mind. You're following your heart to get to places and understand where you need to go next. But at the same time, you can see he's wounded. He don't like the bandage is over his third eye. He doesn't know if what he's living in is an illusion or if it's the truth. Like, what if things are not going to work out, or if things are going to go left. Like, he doesn't know. Like, his third eye is blocked. The third eye is able to penetrate illusions. So someone that has a third eye active is always able to see illusions, or always able to see when someone is lying, basically, or not telling the truth. So if you're able to see, and this is something that you're going to resonate with as well, that you're able to tell when someone's lying to you or when someone's full of shit, and this is your third eye is active. The third eye is the one that is able to see through illusions, and that's why it's also able to penetrate into other frequencies, into other realms. But anyway, maybe I should do a masterclass. And so you're deciding to continue working hard, even though you're in this energy of feeling like this wounded warrior. You recognize that your life is an adventure. You're on the other side of the portal. Things haven't worked out for you, but that doesn't mean that they won't work out for you. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. You have this optimism that yes, things are going to work out. The Knight of Wands is very optimistic. He goes to learn how to grow, but not the Knight of Wands. Maybe interesting. I said the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is someone that is choosing to live life confidently, in a way of adventure. So it's like you're seeing your life as an adventure and being confident to live that way, and feeling very passionate and taking inspired action. But what I was gonna say is you're currently embodying that energy also, of the Knight of Wands, of being adventurous. I'm saying, yes, my life is an adventure. I do feel like this, but I know the universe is not going to leave me hanging. The universe is going to give me what I need. And so you're deciding to continue working hard at this time. This is your current situation. You're deciding to continue working hard, and being very productive, showing up and doing the work that you need to do. And this is in regards to some purpose of yours. Again, the Knight of Wands is a slow moving energy. but he goes to learn how to grow these pentacles. So, by the end of the thing, it's he has a bountiful harvest. He's able to grow pentacles. He ends up falling in love during the process as well. And this is something that you've already started. You're on this journey. It's a very slow moving energy of you getting your harvest here. But you can see here he's got a pentacle in his hand, and I'm seeing this as the the Ace of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm seeing this as a Page of Pentacles for some reason. I'm seeing it like a bit of both. It's an opportunity. That's what it is. It's an opportunity that you feel like that you need to invest in. And what that means is like you need to invest in whatever you're working on, whatever you feel like your purpose is at this time. You feel like you need to show up, you need to be productive, you need to work hard towards it. The more you work hard on it, the more opportunities you're going to get to earn money. And so it's the cause and effect, basically. So the law of cause and effect. So by you doing something, you should get a result. So this is what you're expecting. So you're like, I'm going to keep showing up for myself. I'm very connected to whatever this is. I truly feel like this is my purpose. I feel very enthusiastic. Feel like this is going to be very abundant for me. I feel very abundant when I'm doing it. And so this is something you're already doing, and you're in this mode of like trying to make it grow. And so the Knight of Wands is the Knight of Wands. I said the Knight of Wands again. So you're being very confident to keep living adventurously, not going back into old ways, like I was saying, like things that you used to do on the other side of the portal, the old ways. You're trying to step into this new life, even though it doesn't physically make sense at this time, and it's not giving you what you want. The Knight of Pentacles, very slow energy, but you're still being passionate. You're taking inspired action, being productive, being hardworking. And so what's happening? The universe is coming in for you here before the week starts. Your current energy, should I say, because I'm a bit late, but this is your current energy. And so you're receiving here from the universe. You're receiving blessings of financial security, financial control, like no longer being in a financial need. You're going for a transformation in this situation in regards to finances, being in financial need, financial control. You're going for a transformation, a transition. You're leaving this old life behind, financially speaking, in terms of living in a way that no longer suits you, that no longer is applicable within your life, that is no longer something that you should continue doing. Like this in the spiritual realm, the universe is saying that because you've gone and upgraded you've finally upgraded, you're now ready to unlock yourself fully and move forwards through life. So you're having this death here before the week begins in regards to finances. Some sort of you're transitioning here, and what you're transitioning into, what this death is, what you're letting go of to step into, is just stepping into wealth, success, happiness, and gratitude. And grateful. The Ten of Pentacles is probably one of the best cards in the whole deck, to be honest with you. It is the best card in the whole deck because it's everything that you want from life: money, love, family, community, home, abundance in every kind of way. It's just pure happiness in all its highest forms, in everything, basically. So this is what you're having. You're moving from a place of being in needing money, needing security, not sure of what, like I was saying, not sure of like what the hell is going on within your life. Like you don't know what the hell is going on. And so you're having this death here, your current energy, as you're continuing to work hard, as you're continuing to show up for yourself. You can see the Death Rider here. There's a battlefield, there's a battle that's just gone on, and this is synonymous with what I was saying about the Knight of Wands. The battle has happened, and you've been victorious. It's like the old has been destroyed so that the new can come in, and that's where you're going now, where the sun is rising, where your happiness is. So you're going through this death, this transition at this time, this transformation within your finances, from being in a financial need to being in the financial wealth here. Big ending, big ending. You're no longer going to feel the pain moving forwards of being financially unable to pursue your dreams, pursue what your purpose is. Stepping into the week, your theme for the week is the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is a very fast moving energy, and what he's moving towards is his is a cure. He's moving towards quite literally a cure. The Knight of Swords, he's the prince and he's in love with a commoner. She's a peasant, and so they capture her in the middle of the night. One of the king's men, the counselor, he overhears, he follows the prince and he sees him talking to this peasant, basically this peasant girl, and he obviously doesn't like it because she's a commoner and he's royalty. So he basically imprisons her during the middle of the night. He comes back with some soldiers and they imprison her in the middle of the night. She has no choice. She can't do anything in her power. She's outnumbered. They all have weapons, and so she goes with them, and they put her in a prison, and they also poison her. And so the Knight of Wands, I keep saying the Knight of Wands. You're very adventurous. You're very I need to tell you that you're very protected from harm. The Knight of Wands is very protected from physical harm in the spiritual. He's very protected, and you are also very protected from physical harm. I keep saying Knight of Wands, and I feel like I need to tell you, this, that even though things look very chaotic around you, you're very protected from the worst outcome. You're meant to be going through this shift. It's part of it. It feels uncomfortable because you're growing. There's growing pains. And so coming back to your theme for the week, the Knight of Swords, he basically is the knight, and then as the prince, and so he ends up as a page denouncing himself to the crown, saying, I don't want to be the prince. It's the first time in his life that he's actually able to recognize himself and acknowledge who he truly is and show himself to the world and show the world that this is who he is, like telling the world that this is who I am, and this is what I want from my life. And this is what you've been going through as well. You've been going through this sort of thing within you of like I was saying, the big purge, like this battle with the evil wizard. Like you've gone through this purge of saying, no, this is who I am, and letting the world know that this is who you are, in whatever way. And so in the Knight of Swords, he's rushing off to find a cure for his beloved, who's been poisoned, and he's driven on a mission to find a cure. And so this week is like you're driven on a mission to find a cure. And in this situation, this cure that you're looking for is to cure yourself from the poison, to cure your feminine, is what I'm saying. I'm seeing your feminine side, your receiving side, where how you receive is being healed here. How you receive has been poisoned. How you receive has been poisoned. Like I was saying, in the channel, like you have this square barrier around your energy, and you're trapped in the middle. And I'm seeing your beloved here is basically this energy, this pinkish energy, like I was saying, that's within you, that's been trapped. That your love, basically, how you view love and what your love is, it's like that part is missing, and so you're becoming aware that that part is there and it's been locked away, and you're like driven on a mission this week to free it. That's your beloved. That's what you're trying to find a cure for. That's the poison, basically, the square barrier around that energy that I'm seeing, that pink mist. That's what it is. That's what the poison is, and you're trying to find a cure, basically, this week to remove it. And so this week is also a week where you're going to be feeling very motivated. If you haven't been feeling motivated as of late, I'm seeing you're getting a lot of energy here this week, where you're going to be feeling a lot of motivation. You're going to be feeling more focused just in general towards your goals, towards working on your purpose. There's a lot of windy energy, so it's very within your mind. You're very clear, you're very sharp, not just clear, but sharp in what you want to do and what you don't want to do. Like you're not forcing yourself, but you're from a place of wisdom, you're able to recognize what you need to be doing in life at this time, and what you shouldn't be doing, and so you're motivated. And this week is going to be a very successful week for you. The Knight of Swords, he ends up finding the cure, and he ends up curing her. And so this week is going to be a very successful week just in general for you. You're going to see a lot of feathers here this week, during this week, as a confirmation of what you're going through. Stepping into the week, between Monday and Wednesday, we have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles here is coming up again here, of financial need, financial control, financial security. And so this has been clarified by the High Priestess, which basically is saying that you're tapping into this inner knowing within yourself. The divine feminine energy is all about knowing that you have all the answers within, and trusting that knowing within, that you have all the answers that you seek. within. You just need to tap into your intuition here. You have this sacred wisdom. You're able to go into the depths. You have gone into the depths, and you know who you are. But you know, in this clarifying the Four of Pentacles is basically meaning that in terms of your financial security, in terms of your financial situation, your intuition is gonna tell you that your dreams are indeed coming true, that you'll have an inner knowing that your dreams are coming true, that you have contentment from life, that you have fulfillment from life, that you no longer need to worry about finances. Here's what I'm seeing. The High Priestess here is also showing you that you know, you are receiving what you desire, and this is because of your intuition, because of you've been following, you know, you're gaining this sort of financial security here because you have been following your heart, you have been following your intuition here. Like you're feeling trapped as you step into the week. You're feeling imprisoned, you're feeling trapped as you step into the week, you're feeling like, you know, restricted in some kind of way. And then the High Priestess here is basically saying that, you know, you're not actually trapped here. You know your dreams are coming true. I feel like this is a very temporary situation that you're going through as you're going through this transformation here before the week begins, or finances coming in for you. You're gaining this financial security here. You're gaining the vision about this. You're gaining the vision that's going to allow you to take authority over your life here. Yes, your connection to the spiritual is causing you to be unstuck. Your connection to the spiritual is causing you to be unstuck. So you've been in this Four of Pentacles energy, and you know, as this change comes in, this transformation at the, you know, before the week begins, you're gonna you're gonna feel like you're trapped, but you're gonna get vision over that, the fact that you're not trapped. Whatever's happening in this transformation is gonna transfer. It's not going to transfer, but it's going to show up in your physical reality very quickly. Here is what I'd like to say. And it's going to come in here between Monday and Wednesday. Some sort of increase. Is it an increase? No, it's not an increase, but it's coming in. It's forced change that's happening. It's forced change that's happening. A revelation and a forced change at the same time, of you being in this energy, being like, damn, like I'm trapped within my financial situation. But because of your intuition, because of your connection to your deep self, your inner self, this is, you know, bringing a change in for you, because you've maintained your honor, you've maintained your, you know, you've taken leadership and authority of your life, you know, being visionary towards what you want, the way you want to live life. And this is what's causing this forced change, and this forced change is moving you into, you know, living a life of where your dreams are coming true. You're believing your dreams are coming true, you're seeing your dreams come true, and you're feeling very content, fulfilled and abundant at this time here between Monday and Wednesday. So it's like you're going through the transformation before the week begins, and as you step into the week, you're being removed from this situation of being in a financial need, financial control, feeling imprisoned by financial situation. You're being removed from it, and this is because of your connection to the spiritual, your connection to evolving. This is this barrier coming off, like I was saying. This barrier is coming off here. You know, the square barrier that I was saying. This is this barrier coming off here. Because you're feeling the tightness, and then you're like, you know, you're feeling imprisoned, restricted, trapped in some kind of way. You're gaining the vision about what the hell is going on. You're seeing that, okay, it's this bloody thing that's been around me. Revelation. You're seeing it, revelation, and this is causing it to be destroyed. You're destroying it. It's a forced change. It's an upheaval. You can see she's jumping out the tower. The other one's falling out. So it's a forced change that's happening as this comes into your view. You're like, damn, I've been stuck like this for a very long time. I've been stuck like this in this position inside of this square. My energy's been stuck inside of this square. And you're going to see this only by connecting to your intuition, by connecting to your inner world, going within. It's like the way you break out of this square is not by pushing against it in any direction, is by going within. The more inwards you go, the more that's when it gets destroyed. You have to go very far inwards. Like I'm seeing you like meditate or like thinking a lot. Not thinking, but allowing yourself to wander, your mind to wander. I'm seeing you like laying down in your bed or sitting down meditating. Most of you, you're going to be laying down on your bed and you're just going to allow your mind to wander, not particularly thinking about a particular thought, and that's what's going to bring it to your field of view. Obviously I'm telling you, I'm giving you the cheat code, but this is what you're going to do anyway, and you're going to figure out what this square box, because obviously for different of you it's different of how it shows up in your reality, this square box that's around your energy, but it's some kind of belief that you have, and it's again, it's got something to do with don't do that or don't do this because you're going to hurt yourself, because you know, you're going to look silly, or you're going to embarrass yourself, or you're going to do something like that, like some sort of connotation like that, but you're freeing yourself here between Monday and Wednesday. And it's interesting as well because this is all water, and like I was saying like it's a sink, you know, and it's like all this water is it's ready to come down here, you know, it's all this water is ready to come down. You can see the hand is blocking it from going down. And interestingly enough, you know, if you look at it like this, that's you, by you going inwards, right? The high priestess, you going inwards, but the more you go inwards, that's how this hand gets released, and this is like the sink, and all of these 9 cups come straight into you. And you know, the cups are full of fulfillment, happiness, fulfillment, contentment from life, and it's like a flood of abundance, you know, flood of your manifestations coming to realization. But this is happening mentally and spiritually. It's something that needs to be unlocked before the week begins. This is something physical happening. Financially, you might be earning more money. Yeah, that's going to bring you into balance. So this is something physical happening. The King of Cups is quite physical himself. He goes out and he sets out on a journey to figure out who he is physically. And so this is a physical outcome. And then, you know, between Monday and Wednesday, this is something that's going on within your mind. So between Wednesday and Friday, I'm not just in your mind, but spiritually speaking as well. Between Wednesday and Friday, we have the Strength card. So the Strength card here is all about inner strength, about being resilient. In the Strength card, the Fool is on his journey and he climbs up a cliff. And as he gets to the top of the cliff, it's a very hot day. The sun's bearing down on him, and as he gets to the top, he basically encounters a lion, and he becomes very afraid. And the lion opens his mouth ready to eat him. And so he looks around him. He doesn't have a weapon. He doesn't have anything to do to, you know, subjugate the lion with. He can't outrun the lion. The lion's too fast. They will play with him until he's dead. So he decides to pray. And as he prays, this flower maiden, she appears from behind the lion. And she puts her hands on the lion's head to calm the lion down. Now, the lion does calm down, and the Fool tries to ask her how she managed to subjugate the lion. And she shushes the Fool, basically, and tells the Fool that, you know, the lion calmed down. Because I was calm and strong, the lion also sensed that I was calm and strong. So it also became calm and strong. So, you know, had the Fool been calm and strong rather than fearful and anxious, you know, as he gets to the top, he becomes fearful and anxious. So the lion becomes fearful and anxious and decides, you know, let me eat the Fool. So because she was calm and strong, the lion also became calm and strong. And so the moral of the story is basically, no matter what comes on your path, again, like a lion might appear on your path, no matter what appears on your life, you must be determined to keep moving down your path, because that is your life, that is your purpose, that is your adventure, that is you're the only one that can go down this way. But no matter what appears upon it, you must be determined to keep moving forward. And the best way to do it is to be calm and strong. So when a negative situation does appear within your life, something that you don't like, rather than being fearful and anxious, by being calm and strong, you can, you know, really shift the outcome of that situation. And so this is what is going on here. You're having some kind of situation that is appearing before you, that is shifting you into being calm and strong. Like, you're going to recognize you need to be calm and strong before whatever comes before you here. You're going to tap into this inner strength of yours, and you're going to be very calm. You're going to have like this calm manner, and you're going to be very persuasive as a result. by you being calm, you're going to be very persuasive in shifting whatever the situation is in your favor. And what this situation is love. It's love. You didn't expect that, did you? It's love. And you're shifting it in your favor by being calm and strong. You're allowing yourself to go through it. It's love. And by you doing this, it's going to put you in more harmony. It's going to put you into more balance, and it's going to unite you in a way that, like I was saying, like you're freeing that energy from the box between Monday and Wednesday, and then between Wednesday and Friday, you're integrating it in within you. But it's going to look scary before you integrate it within you, because it looks like it's going to feel very anxious. It's going to give you anxiety, because you've been hurt in the past in situations, and you're like, I don't know if I want to be like this, because I don't know which way it's going to go. But it's gonna go out in your favor. But this is your own energy. This is your own energy that you need to embrace at this time. And so this line appearing before you, that's trying to eat you, is your love. Is love in general. It's like what I like to say. So is this someone coming in here? I don't feel like this is someone coming in here, but someone might be triggering it. No, this is within. This is within you. This is when you got the High Priestess again. So this is a very spiritual week for you. Very spiritual week of you reconnecting to your inner world in a much deeper way, and understanding that we go through cycles like the moon, where we go through peaks and we go through troughs, where we go through ups and we go through downs. Like life is never linear. We go up and down, and you're able to acknowledge that life, it doesn't need to always be up, and it doesn't always need to be down, but by going up and down, that is the whole purpose of life. That is your life, that is our life, my life, or anyone's life. That's the nature of life. We all come here to have a spiritual experience in a physical body, but you're gonna be rebuilding your love here, your inner world that's been actually not fully complete, so that your manifestations can actually come in for you here. It's like if you have a sanctuary. So you had the Three of Pentacles, they rebuild a temple for free, and so that people could take sanctuary. And so this is kind of like your blessings coming in here. The blessings can't come in until the sanctuary, the temple's made, for example, or until your love is complete. And it's because you've had this limitation on you from your young age, and so it's made you incomplete. It's had this barrier, but you're finally recognizing, because you've become too big for the barrier. There's no more space within the barrier, and so there's no choice but for you to. You've like expanded in every direction within this barrier, within your life, and this is a barrier of experiences, and you've expanded all the way in every corner. There's literally no space whatsoever, so you're going inwards, and that's causing it to break. Anyway, between Friday and Sunday, we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is very optimistic. He is very protected spiritually from harm in the physical. You're going to be seeing a lot of feathers here between Friday and Sunday as a confirmation. Not a lot, but a few, maybe one or two, but you will be seeing feathers as a confirmation. And he's very optimistic. He has a lot of bright ideas. He's like an enthusiastic youngster. He feels like a teenager, like ready to learn, ready to go through life, ready to experience a new chapter. He's very open-minded. He's very knowledgeable, very generous and kind. He's actually the prince in disguise. He's a prince who goes to learn from the Wand Maker, and he doesn't tell the Wand Maker he's a prince. He just goes as a commoner, hoping to learn, because he's genuinely very interested. He has a very creative mind, and so this is you feeling very optimistic that life is improving for you here. And this has been clarified by the Three of Pentacles, which says your material is working for you here. Your material is starting to work. And how is your material working? I want to see by you coming to a place of compassion, finding balance as a result of compassion, finding being calm is going to lead to this sort of your material working for you, and you feeling optimistic. Being calm and strong is going to lead to this, basically, of your material working. And this is in regards to you receiving blessings that are going to alleviate you. Again, the Three of Pentacles is building that temple, and you've built this temple here from a place by being calm. This is what's going to allow you to integrate. Being calm and strong is going to allow you, because I'm sensing here is going to be triggering for you to reintegrate that part of your love within you. and it might make you angry that you've been like this for so long without this part of you, and you might be angry at the people that put you in this position, and you might be angry with yourself. Be calm and strong. Don't jump to temper, don't jump to anger. Be calm and strong, and recognize that nothing is happening by accident. You were meant to, like, things are happening at the right time. Things like you can't see it yet, but things are actually happening in the right time, and moving forwards they're gonna keep getting better for you. Like, you're not gonna, like, you've had a very long dark period. Like I said, life is never dark. You don't go through just dark periods and light periods. You go through both of them. So if your dark period is very long, your light period is going to be very long. And I want you to really know that just because your dark period was very long doesn't mean your light period isn't going to be very long. It's going to be very long also. And so this is something that you really need to know. But once this is rebuilt, and it's being rebuilt here completely, it's going to finish being rebuilt here. Starting from Wednesday to Friday, but by Friday to Sunday, this inner, and this temple is you, your inner, where you're manifesting from. And inside of the temple is you. You're the magician inside of this temple, manifesting your desires, what you want from life, what you're thinking of, what you want, what you're wishing for, what you're praying for, what you're hoping for. This is where it's coming from. This is this inner temple. And there's a magician inside, and the magician is you. And in the Fool's journey, the fool can't tell how the magician can hear all his thoughts. The magician slips inside of him, and then he realizes that the magician is actually a part of me. And so in this situation, something similar is happening with you, where you're recognizing that, yes, I have been the magician all this time, but this barrier's been around me. So this temple is being fully rebuilt within you, and in order for your blessings to come in, they need to have that sanctuary, like sanctuary where the people take refuge. It's kind of like your blessings need to take refuge inside of you. They need a place to be delivered to. For example, like when you order something from Amazon, you need a delivery address. If you don't have an address, if you just have like a building that doesn't look like a building, the driver's gonna come up and go like, "Where's the bloody place?" Like, he's gonna be like, "It can't be this place," and he's gonna go off. So it's kind of like that. Where it's like the delivery drivers now being able to find you in terms of these blessings, and they're pouring into you, like I was saying, and this is going to take you out of feeling oppressed within your life, where you're feeling like, not feeling, but quite literally feeling, going through oppression in regards to work environments, in regards to living situations. You're gaining clarity here about why you've been like in this position for so long, but your burdens are being removed. The 10 of Wands is your burdens. You've been removed. You're gaining clarity about these burdens and why you've been in these burdens, and they're being removed. If these burdens are quite being removed as your blessings are coming in here, quite literally receiving. You're receiving transformation. So your burdens are being removed here as you're going through. This is a big week of transformation for you, a big spiritual week for you, is what I'd like to say. You didn't expect that reading, did you? I'm thinking you're just like shocked, like, oh, I can't believe this. I am doing this reading a bit late, so you're currently going through this energy. And it's probably best that I did this late, actually, because you wouldn't have believed me if I told you at the beginning, or like last week, that this is what's going to happen this week. But that's being said, you're going to appreciate yourself a lot more moving forward, and your journey. Like, you're not going to say, why am I not there yet? You're going to understand a lot of things as you keep moving forwards, of why you've been in certain situations. Like, you're meant to play a big part moving forwards in not just your life, but in other people's life as well, just by you being you. For whatever reason, I'm not quite sure. It's got something to do with your archetype of being the flower maiden, or the maiden. It's got something to do with that. I'm not quite sure. People are underappreciative of Virgos, and they say, Virgos are not good at manifesting, but maidens are the best at manifesting anything that they desire, and they manifest very, very strongly and very quickly. So your psychic powers, your spiritual powers are very strong wherever you are, but you do need to reconnect and remove this barrier, reconnect to this part of your love, and you do it by inner strength, by being calm and strong. Don't be afraid of it. It's going to feel like a lion when it appears, but it's you, it's your own energy. You need to let things unfold. Just be calm and strong, and you're going to see how things work out for you by the end of the week. and stuff, blessings start to come in, and you're going to see a feather here between Friday and Sunday as a confirmation that the shift has finalized and you're going to be seeing feathers for the whole week, to be honest with you, but by Friday, between Friday and Sunday particularly, you're going to see a lot more of them as a confirmation that you've completed the temple within you, and that your blessings are indeed coming in for you here. So you're going for a transformation within your finances before the week, and then as the week goes in, you're going for another transformation within you being able to receive your blessings in. So it's very interesting. So your challenge for this week is sorrow, is heartbreak, is pain, of going through being this wounded warrior, and saying that my life is at hold, things are very stagnant within my life, like I don't feel like things are moving forward. Why am I in this pause? I feel like I'm being blocked from receiving material gain, I've been blocked from receiving living a life of luxury, a life of pleasure, like you feel blocked from it all, because this is stemming from your sorrow. So it's just something to be mindful of. Don't give in to the heartbreak, don't give in to the pain, don't give in to that narration that pain is you. You're not pain, and pain isn't you. You are who you are in the inside, not from what you've been through or what you felt in the past, but who you are inside here. That's who you are, basically. So don't give in to this sorrow, because it's going to block you from receiving. It's going to put you in this sort of stagnant energy where you're going to feel like things are at a pause, because you're thinking like this, you're manifesting it, you're manifesting a pause. Like I say, you're a very powerful manifester, whoever you are. You're a very potent energy. So this is something to be very mindful about, because it's going to put you in a stagnant energy where you feel where things are going to literally be paused. Your blessings are going to be paused, your material gain is going to be paused, your life of pleasure, life of luxury is going to be paused, because you're feeling the hurt, you're feeling the pain. And the best thing that you can do in this situation is not to focus on the pain, so when the challenge does come up in whatever way it does, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, do not give it any energy, and that's how you kill it off. If someone, for example, is trying to hurt you, you're not going to go and talk to them. In this situation, if the pain is trying to hurt you, is trying to make you stagnant, and all of this, the hurt, the heartbreak, the pain, if that's trying to make you stagnant at this time because you feel like this wounded warrior, don't give in to the pain. Don't think about the pain. Move your mind away from thinking about how painful life is for you into what you can do to make yourself happy, to make yourself joyful, to make yourself balanced, to make yourself balanced in the physical and the spiritual, like meditating, for example, exercising, or going for a run, or something like this, like how you can shift your energy so that you can be in an energy of joy, and an energy of delight, and an energy of youthful exuberance, like things are going to work out, and so it's like you need to shift your mindset from that way of being, so that you can get what you want from life. But this is your challenge here for the week. Let's see what your outcome is. Went a bit too long with this one, I think. But I feel like the message was very necessary. See what your outcome is. So your outcome here is for the week. You're gonna bring caring and compassion to your own heart. Like you've been feeling very lonely. You've been feeling grief. Feeling very upset. The Five of Cups. She loses her father, and her father passes away, and she's very close with her father, and they talk every day. They're best friends, and so when he passes away, she has no one to talk to. She feels very lonely. She goes and cries here, but what she doesn't realize is that she's traveled all this way, and there's this bridge here that leads into this castle over there, and she's come up this way, and she's right next to it. She can go to this castle, but she's like caught up in the grief. So you're still in this grief regardless of whatever's going on, and this is in regards to your life in general, you moving forwards. Like I said, because you've been in this fixed box of experience, you've not been able to get out of it, And so what you're doing, instead of like forcing yourself to say, hey, I shouldn't be grieful because of my situation, like, you're still feeling the grief, but you're showing yourself caring and compassion. You're telling yourself things are going to work out, don't worry, like, we've come this far, or you've come this far, and you've done all this work, and things are not going to be in vain for you. And so you're bringing yourself a lot of caring and compassion. You're showing yourself a lot of loving feelings, a lot of kindness, as you're feeling this energy. You're not rejecting this energy. You're going through it. You're allowing it to exist, but you're not engulfing yourself in it. You're instead bringing healing to it and saying, you will get through this. You're bringing healing to the side of yourself rather than rejecting it or pushing it aside. You're bringing healing to it by being kind to yourself, by being loving to yourself, by showing yourself kindness, and being caring and compassionate. And this is going to lead to a breakthrough, because you're taking action, to shift yourself. And this is going to lead to a breakthrough, a very powerful breakthrough, in regards to wealth, fulfillment, you being the leader of your life, you being more practical and confident, and being practically confident, or confidently practical. You be just being confident about being practical. And this is, your dreams are starting to come true here. By the end of this week, you're finding a lot of fulfillment, contentment, and abundance here. I'm going to put you one more. Yep. And you're going to continue following your heart, and you're moving forwards, and your heart's going to lead you. You're going to really trust in where you're being guided, no longer staying in this energy of feeling like you're lonely, like there's no one got your back. You can see here, this is a much better energy. He's got a horse as well, just him, and over here it's just her, and that's the horse as well. So you're going to be feeling a lot better moving forwards. And the horse is a spiritual guide for you, that's like looking after you, and you're going to recognize that you're not truly alone. Like, you have a lot of help around you in the spiritual. In the physical, you can't see what's going on around you, but in the spiritual, like, you're going to keep trusting that your things, that your life is going in the right direction, that you've not been stalled, that you've not wasted time, that you've not fallen behind, but you're actually pretty much on the same level or further along than most people. But just because your financial situation hasn't been there, just because your financial situation hasn't been there, doesn't mean that things can't change overnight. Things are going to change quite literally here overnight for you, in terms of finances, is what I like to say. This is very financial reading. If you haven't guessed, you're going to be youthfully exuberant, very happy here. By the end of this week, embracing the sun energy. Again, feathers are going to be very significant, and it's going to be a confirmation that you've successfully, reintegrated that part of you. So yeah, I'm going to leave this reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, my website is down in the description. Other than that, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you soon.